The film opens with a youthful Eric Draven, solo Uniac, running beyond his home to find his dearest horse lying in torment, subsequent to strolling into a security barrier. The kid attempts to help him, however harms his hands on the wiring, while his mom is passed out, savored the house. The grown-up Eric, Bill Skarsgård, discusses the aggravation of losing a friend or family member, and how you always remember or pardon. In present-day Detroit, a young lady, Shelley, FKA Twigs, gets a call from her companion Zadie, Isabella Way, to tell her that an implicating video has been shipped off a few terrible individuals, and the two ladies are involved. As Zadie is attempting to get someplace safe, she is found by lawbreakers Marion, Lavra Byrne, and Lex, Trigga. Shelley attempts to escape her condo, yet gets captured on the roads. When police track down drugs in her satchel, Marion and Lex carry Zadie to their chief, a kingpin named Vincent Rogue, Danny Houston. Zadie is brought to a room where Rogue talks with her. He has made a settlement with Satan to try not to be shipped off damnation in the event that he can convey honest spirits in his place. Rogue murmurs something into Zadie's ear that makes her get a blade and cut herself in the throat so she can drain out. Shelley is brought to a therapy clinic where Eric is likewise remaining. He is often estranged by different patients there and invests his energy drawing and composing music. Eric meets Shelley, where they rapidly foster a common fascination and friendship for each other. Shelley later tracks down that her mom Sophia, Gisette Simon, is visiting. However, she's with Marion and Lex. Shelley begins to overreact, yet Eric helps her with the goal that the two of them can get away from the office and run back to her condo, where they engage in sexual relations, take medications, and converse with one another about what attracted them to each other, as well as things about their past. A warped investigator named Milk, Duca Jean Podramai, contacts Rogue while he is noticing a piano wonder, illuminating him that Zadie's body has been found. Rogue and Marion are worried about finding Shelley's video before they are uncovered. Eric and Shelley keep on filling in their relationship and even invest energy with her companions. On an evening out on the town, Shelley runs into her companion quarters, Sebastian Orozco, who cautions her that Rogue's folks are coming after her. She and Eric rush back to his condo, yet Lex and different hooligans are as of now there. They assault the couple and spot packs over their heads to choke out them to death. Eric hauls himself out of a lake and follows a crow to a secret area that seems to be a neglected train yard. He meets a soul named Kronos. Sami Boyila makes sense of that. Eric is in some kind of limbo and that his spirit can't rest until the misfortune he has gotten through can be vindicated. Eric excuses this as a bad dream until Kronos drives him into a pool and he awakens in his condo. He views as Milk there examining, and he shoots Eric in the chest. Eric rises, draining yet at the same time ready to retaliate. Milk attempts to kill him once more, however Eric wounds Milk in the neck, killing him. He then, at that point, runs into the washroom and observes that his injuries are gradually recuperating themselves. Eric leaves his loft and goes into the roads where he sees what resembles Shelley going to leap off an extension. At the point when he attempts to pursue her, he gets back to the limbo station with Kronos. Eric acknowledges he and Shelley are both dead, yet Kronos educates him concerning Rogue. And on the off chance that Eric can kill him and his men, he and Shelley can reawaken. Kronos sends Eric back into the world so he can go to his companion Opportunity, Jordan Bolger, and get a weapon from him. Subsequently, he goes to Shelley's burial service and tracks down Sophia there. While she rejects that her girl was killed, Eric lets Sophia know that he will kill everybody liable for Shelley's passing. He goes into her old room and finds photographs, letters, and an identification of Shelley's, the point at which she worked for Rogue's organization. Eric goes out and tracks down Lex in his vehicle. Before he can find any solutions out of him, Lex attempts to pull his weapon, however gets his mind extinguished first by Eric. He then, at that point, spots Rogue and Marion leaving a spot and pursues them, hurling himself before their vehicle, so he can battle them inside. After a rushed drive and some gunfire, Eric gets tossed out of the vehicle and is run over by a truck. He horrendously limps until his bones adjust back properly. Rogue then, at that point, goes to Sophia's home, where she informs him regarding her gathering with Eric. She lets Rogue know that she laments the arrangement she made with him, and that she ought to have kicked the bucket, all things being equal. Rogue murmurs in Sophia's ear, making her hurl herself through of her window to her demise. Eric experiences quarters in the city and cross-examines him over Shelley's contribution with Rogue and his thugs. Quarters says that he, Shelley, and Zadie used to get drugs from Rogue and party with him. In the end, Eric sees the video of Shelley, which is of Rogue utilizing his ability to make Shelley wound one more lady to death, leaving Eric shaken. Eric returns to Chance's condo, where Rogue's thug Wickham, David Bowles, and others show up to acquire Eric on Rogue's requests. Wickham shoots Chance in the head while Eric battles different hooligans until one of them shoots him with a shotgun. Eric gets back to the limbo station and gains from Kronos that since his affection for Shelley was left in uncertainty in the wake of watching the video, Eric can then resurrect both of them. He makes one final solicitation to return and save Shelley's spirit while he stays dead. Yet again, Kronos then utilizes a portion of his blood to give Eric improved capacity so he can return. Back in the condo, Eric shoots the hooligan that shot him prior to cudgeling Wickham to death. He peruses a text from Marion implied for Wickham, uncovering that Rogue will be at the show house. Eric then wears dark face paint so he may, at long last, become the Crow. Eric shows up at the drama furnished with a cutting edge. At the point when Rogue's protectors find out about him, they endeavor to shoot and wound Eric just for him to butcher them in various grim ways. He at last kills every one of them until just Marion is left. She tells Eric that Rogue is at his house while she seems to communicate some regret for her association in Rogue's violations. Eric executes her and afterward tosses her head into the crowd, sending the theatergoers shouting in dread. Eric goes to Rogue's house for the last confrontation. Rogue cuts Eric in the chest and attempts to assimilate his blood as he did with Zadie. However, Eric's adoration for Shelley reignites his will to battle. He pushes Rogue through a mirror, which sends them into the limbo station. Eric thoroughly demolishes Rogue before he gets pulled submerged by vindictive spirits. Shelley's spirit reemerges from the water and she reunites with Eric. Nonetheless, he tells her that he can't return with her, notwithstanding her request to go along with him in death. Eric reaffirms his adoration for Shelley similarly as she is restored close to Eric's body. She sobs for him. Eric stays in the station as his last portrayal is about how his affection for Shelley will live on in what she does. He imagines her proceeding to carry on with her life, singing and being with companions. Eric says that this is practically adequate for him.